I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all-the-time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix, everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we are taking a closer look at Daredevil issue number 17. You've asked, you've wondered, and now we will finally know the answer. How did Matt Murdock make an entire world forget that he was Daredevil? Let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? Alright then, so picking up from where the last issue left off, Matt Murdock is in confession. He's ready to finally spill the beans to someone about the lengths he had to go to make everyone in New York City, maybe everyone in the world, forget that he was Daredevil. To do this, Matt has to tell his new priest friend a big long story, even though this is technically not how confession works. I mean, I know I'm a couple years out of Catholic school, but I think I remember a little bit. To do this, writer Charles Soules essentially has to bridge the gap between the end of the Mark Waid series and the beginning of his own series, and I must say he does a pretty excellent job getting us back up to speed on everything that had been going on. If you'll recall, Daredevil was living with his girlfriend Kristen McDuffie in San Francisco. It was all going pretty great. He had officially come out as Daredevil, and he was actually getting accepted by everyone as a sort of local celebrity. He didn't even wear his costume to fight crime anymore. Instead, he had a slick red pimp suit that he did the job in. Now, as you might have guessed, being an out and proud superhero kind of impacted his job as a lawyer. Because of that, he had to quit. Not that he cared or anything. He made $8 million selling his story to an autobiography company. But in his more private moments in the dead of night, he truly did miss working as a lawyer. He loved being able to fight for justice on the other side of the law without having to put on a costume. And in fact, now that he's been living his life as Daredevil 24/7, he's beginning to fear that he's starting to get a little obsessive with no other side projects. He fears that if he's not careful, he might end up becoming someone like the Punisher, who the line has long ago disappeared between the superhero identity and the person. And hey, if you're wondering to yourself, wouldn't revealing his identity as Daredevil mean that his greatest villains would be able to find him at home? You would be totally correct in that assumption, because Typhoid Mary, Matt's occasional on-again, off-again love interest with multiple personalities and fire powers, one night just kinda shows up in his bed. And while the Man Without Fear is able to defeat the walking, talking billboard for not putting one's dick in crazy easily enough, his house does not survive the fire. With nowhere else to go and most definitely being in need of a vacation, Christian and Matt decide to take a trip back to New York City, and he's not in town for more than a few seconds before he remembers how much he loves that place. Granted, things are a lot different now than they used to be. He's getting swamped by paparazzi absolutely everywhere he goes, and even the cops are treating him differently. We do, however, get to see Daredevil hit the streets again, once more in his classic red costume. I wonder if they're going to explain why he decided dressing in black, or if that's just a stylistic thing. Old Hornhead has himself a classic New York day, grabs a hot dog, a slice of pizza, beats up Tombstone, you know, the average. Only see, here's the thing, after defeating the gang, Lord Matt really wants to wet his feet back in the world of the law by helping out the courts take him down, only there's one huge problem with that. Being such a public celebrity and being a superhero means that if he did get involved, he would do a lot more harm than good. Then there's the matter of the fact that he's still technically disbarred in New York City after everything that went down with the Sons of the Serpent. Man, that was a hell of a story. The Sons of the Serpent, a bunch of evil supervillain white supremacists, you know, invading every aspect of law and order in a major city. Man, what fantasy that was. It's at this point Matt begins to wonder to himself, what if things could go back to the way they were? What if he could put the genie back in the bottle? He's not saying he's gonna do it or anything. Life is good with him and Christian right now, but what if he could? What if he just asked around a couple people, you know? Doctor Strange shoots him down, this technically being the second time Matt Murdock has asked the Sorcerer Supreme to make people forget he was Daredevil. He asked the Silver Surfer for help. How Daredevil got the number of the Silver Surfer is beyond me, but hey, that's cool. He asks Emma Frost, who refuses pretty much entirely on principle. Then there's Damien Hellstorm, aka the Son of Satan, who says, well, he can't personally do it. He knows a guy who knows a guy who's done it once or twice before, you know? Daredevil ultimately decides that he has more self-respect than to make a deal with the literal devil, but when he returns home that night, he does, however, get a very mysterious knock at the door, and this is an amazing piece of writing right here. and a truly stellar use of continuity. If you don't want this spoiled for yourself, jump to the end of this video because I really gotta talk about it. You see, Daredevil is actually met by the Purple Children, the illegitimate children of Zedediah Kilgrave, aka the Purple Man. Now, on their own, the children have a little bit of their father's power to influence people, but together, though, they're actually more powerful than their dad. They come to Matt's house because they know he's looking for a favor, one that they just so happen to owe him. Well, you know what? It's been 16 odd issues since the status quo changed for Daredevil, and dare I say it, but it was totally worth the wait now that Charles Soule has finally revealed the answer. If I may pay him the highest compliment, this was damn near a Jeff Johnsian use of continuity. And as someone who's been reading Daredevil all this time, I felt really rewarded. And now that we know the answer of what Matt did, I can only imagine this is going to play in much bigger to the whole running with the devil storyline that's going to be started in the whole Daredevil family of books. I liked this issue, I liked it a lot. I think this is one more step in Charles Soule writing his own personal Daredevil epic, and I really hope it ends up as good as stuff like Murdock Papers, Guardian Devil, and everything else that came before it. Overall, though, this issue, I gotta give credit where credit is due. This is an issue I'm gonna be thinking about for a very long time. I gotta give this one a 10 out of 10.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.